Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are installing these AlphaRex fog lights on the 3rd gen Tacoma. These have been on my list for a little while, and shout out to my fiance Amelia for picking these up for me as a gift. But they've been on my list for a few reasons really, mainly because they're the only ones on the market that I've seen that offer the dual capability between amber and white. Just that function alone is very intriguing to me. If you don't know, amber light is really great for foggy or dusty conditions because the light does not reflect back at you in the same way that white light does. So it offers you a little bit better visibility in those conditions. But also because they're a fairly affordable option. There's some other aftermarket fog lights that might perform better, but I think that given their functionality and their price, they're probably hard to beat. We'll find out. But this video is both going to be an install video just to show you how simple it is to install fog lights on a 3rd gen Tacoma. It's really a job that you could do yourself. It's not that intimidating. And then 2, it's going to be a review of these fog lights. We'll give them a test tonight in the dark, and we'll let you know what I think of them. But without further ado, we'll jump into the install and then stay tuned for that review. Of course, not necessary, but I do appreciate it when a company gives you nice packaging like this. Good presentation, tells you that most likely there's quality in here. Of course, we've got 2 separate boxes for each fog light, and then a box specifically for hardware. Now, of course, the hardware for this job is pretty simple. We've got some zip ties and 4 little screws. And then here we have our actual fog lights. Nicely wrapped and looking beautiful. Now, of course, for this install, you only need a couple of tools, primarily a screwdriver for removing the fog lights themselves. The factory ones are actually only held in by 1 screw and a mounting bracket. So you need a screwdriver for the install as well. A 10mm socket, because pretty much all the bolts on this truck are 10mm. This is specifically for removing the grill. The bolts here at the top are 10mm. And then, of course, the battery plug as well is a 10mm. And then, because modern vehicles love plastic clips, we have clip removal tools just to make life a little bit easier. But that is pretty much all there is to it. Let's begin. All right, so first things first, just to make this install a little bit easier, I'm going to be removing the grill. I don't think you necessarily need to do this, but for sake of filming and for sake of ease of install, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But honestly, before anything, I'm going to unplug the battery because we've got to move some sensors and unplug some plugs and all sorts of things. And it's best that anytime you're doing any work that involves electrical systems, to unplug your battery. So of course, as I mentioned, removing the battery, just a 10mm. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Loosen it up. And go ahead and pop that off. Give her a wiggle if you need to. And set that aside. Now, of course, for the grill, 2 bolts on top, and then you've got 2 plastic tabs down by the headlights. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these bolts. And our tabs here connecting to the headlights. You've also got a couple of plugs and wires that mount to the mounting brackets here, so you're gonna wanna go ahead and unplug those. This is just a pin, pops in and out real easy. And of course, you've got some plugs. There we go. That was harder than it should have been. But that's that undone. And that is, of course, your sensor, your front collision sensor plug. That stays with the grill. All right, and with that, just pop the rest of it out. Set it somewhere safe. I decided next to remove these air dams, which are placed just inside the grill. They are held on with a couple of clips, a couple tabs. There's a tab at the very top that you can access from behind. This access from the engine bay, and then there's a little push tab on the side of it. That's, you know, just pop it out with a plastic pry tool, and then you can get this out without breaking it. Just Again, this one is kind of a push together tab. This one push together and pops right out, pretty easy. All right, so again, little push tab here on the side, just pops right out with a pry tool. There we go. Just to show you what that looks like. Just a little pop tab pin, you gotta lift the head of it up like that, pop right up. That one's reachable from the engine bay. And there we go. All right. As you can see, this has opened up a really nice little window down into the Foglight housing area. So let's just get to it, shall we? Alrighty folks, first things first, we're gonna unplug the factory Foglights. Easy enough. There's just a single plug on the back. Press that in and pull down. Easy enough. And now we will remove the one screw. All right, I'm gonna recommend a shorter screwdriver for this job. Lefty loosey. Yep. Okay. All right, out comes the one screw, and with it, the light. Just like that. I'm gonna be careful not to scratch up the lens in case I decide to go back for any reason. Now, with the new Foglights, it's important to designate which side is which. This one is left hand. I mean, you can obviously compare, but for these specifically, the adjustment is on the bottom and it will say left hand. Now, of course, be mindful of that nice shiny new lens as you install it. And go ahead and slide it into those brackets. And I am going to go ahead and reuse the factory screw for this. These did come with 4 new screws, but I feel that because it's an existing Foglight housing that the truck came with from the factory, I'm just going to use what Toyota gives me, because it is an OEM replacement. Getting that screw started by hand, and then I'm going to come in with the screwdriver and just tighten it a little bit. Keep in mind that this is plastic. Doesn't need to be crazy tight, just hand tight. And your new Foglights are in place. Now all that's left to do is replace that plug. And that is there. Just as a quick aside before I get started replacing this passenger side Foglight, I did want to say, guys, that if you enjoy my channel, one of the best ways and easiest ways to support me at no extra cost to you is to shop via the affiliate links in my descriptions. All the products are products that I own and believe in. I wouldn't partner with any brands that I have not experienced personally. And just as an example, the shirt that I'm wearing right now is from Howler Brothers. Pretty much all the clothes that I wear in any of my videos are from them. I absolutely love their stuff, and I'm actually very excited to be an affiliate with them. But also, just in this video alone, this little light from Black Diamond has magnets on the back, and it's very small, and you can pretty much place it anywhere. Great little LED light, good output. It's of course a camping light specifically, but it has been a huge help in the garage as well. But even when I'm out camping, I love the little campfire setting on it, super cozy in the tent. But anyway, if you guys enjoy the content, at no extra cost to you, just shop via the affiliate links below, and let's get back to it. hand tight and pop that plug on. All right, face going back on. All right, reinstall your clips. Be sure to reconnect your front sensor. Reinstall the bolts and reconnect your battery. Alrighty folks, now's the moment of truth. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what this amber looks like. That's pretty sweet. Well, there you have it, guys. I think they look great. They're a nice upgrade, nice kind of modernize the look of the truck. Opposed to the factory halogens, of course. I'm excited to give them a shot. Let's get out in the woods, I guess, and give them a try. This is a silly setup, but it's going to be a good one for showing off the lights. So I'm going to give you guys a test. We're going to do all lights off to begin with, set a benchmark, and then I'll kind of cycle through just the fog lights by themselves and then the fog lights with the headlights so you guys can see what's going on. Let's get to it. Lights fully off. DRLs. Fog lights. Amber fog lights. Headlights. Fog lights. Well, there you have it, guys. Obviously these fog lights perform extremely well. I apologize that I didn't have a before and after comparison. I realized on my way out tonight that I forgot to film an actual example of what the OEM fog lights perform like, but I can say confidently that this is definitely an upgrade. These do a very nice job of projecting forward and especially projecting to the sides. The peripheral vision with these is night and day difference compared to the OEM fog lights. And then obviously just having the switchback function between the yellow, amber, and the white light. I feel like the amber lights are going to be really nice off-road, whereas the white lights are very good to use on the road. I do feel like I have a little bit of height adjustment still to do with these, but I do feel like they were pretty close on my test drive tonight. So I can say that they do a nice job. I didn't get flashed by anybody coming the opposite direction, so I think that they're doing okay. But yeah, I'm excited to have these on the truck. And I will keep you guys posted in future updates about how they're performing, how they're holding up, and if I have any qualms with them. But for now, I think they're a nice upgrade. And definitely for the price. I mean, you can get these for less than 150 bucks. It's obviously a quick and easy 10-minute, 20-minute install, and you're good to go, plug and play. They're a nice option. And then to switch them back and forth, just switch your fog light switch very quickly and boom, you've got yellow light or white light. So I think they look pretty neat. It'll be fun to have them, and I'll keep you guys posted. As always, take it easy.